Welcome to the Retro Blood.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Retro Blood. As we start off a brand new month here in the month of April, celebrating one J.H. Allison's birthday. All month long.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to be talking about his picks for this month. All right. We're going to be talking about some devilish goodies on here. All right. We're going to be talking about some tales that you maybe never heard of before. Maybe you have. I'm not really sure. Because he has picked out 4 great movies from Ulli, am I saying this right? Ulli Lommel?
I believe it's Ulli Lommel.
Yeah, Ulli Lommel.
But I could be wrong. I'm not sure. He's German. I don't know how he said.
But starting this month off, if y'all like witch trials, if y'all like a balding old guy who is, I'm not really sure what his deal was, but he was like some that crazy asshole that suffocated his wife and thought the witch girl liked him, but it turned out he didn't, so she melted his face.
That was awesome.
If y'all like 3 women coming to your town that supposedly has a history of witch trials, and your town is now thinking you're all are witches. Does that sound familiar? Hey, sell them. All right. And if y'all like a movie where a retro blood legend does absolutely nothing, but it was absolutely great, then this is the movie for you, brother, because the Retro Blood is talking all about the Devonsville Terror.
Yeah.
All right. J.H. Alison, James Kline, what's happened, Alison? How was your trip? And don't call me Salem, you'll get sued, land.
Man, I thought that the beginning part of this was great and the ending part was great. It's just that whole middle part where nothing happens that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it was weird with the middle stuff.
But as soon as we saw it started off with that woman getting eaten by pigs, I was like, hell yeah, this is gonna be great.
Yeah,
but it tapered off from there.
I mean, I thought the ending was pretty good too. You know, it kind of mirrored what we saw at the beginning, and then we had the main girl, what's her name, Jennifer, or whatever, using the '80s white laser eyes on the melted people. Can't beat that. So, but yeah, this one's a little interesting. I mean, obviously, he's even admitted it to Lommel has. He admitted it that, he got the inspiration from Salem, obviously, and there's Salem witch trials. I thought it was pretty good little tale of some witches and witches getting revenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I go into this stuff blindly, and I didn't realize that our boy Donald Pleasence was going to be in this movie. It's always a nice surprise when he's, in a movie. You know what I mean?
It's one of the reasons I picked this one.
So, I mean, I had never seen a guy do he just filmed all his scenes in that office. Did he move from the office at all?
Oh, no, I was thinking that he probably filmed all of his scenes in one day.
One day?
I have a feeling he was on set for one day and then that was it.
And that was it. It just fuck it. All right. But I appreciated that. I thought that was pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, this one was, I wouldn't say it was the most glorious movie I've seen, but I thought it had pretty good parts to it. I thought the concept was a good idea. You know what I mean? Execution wise, some of the acting, it was a little strange for the time. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
So, but we'll get all into it. We'll talk all about it. What's going on for the first of Alison's picks out of this month. Should be a pretty fun month. But like we do on every Retro Blood, let's talk about what is going on in the world of the pro wrestling and the metal music around this release date, December 2nd, 1983. That's the date I have. Apparently this premiered in New York City. Just think.
Yes.
You can go down Manhattan and pay the good old $50 to go see Donald Pleasence scream at a girl while she's in hypnosis.
Yeah, with her top off.
Yeah. I mean, what more do you need? All right. Come on now. So, how about you go first? I got a little interesting wrestling story that's kind of fun, but how about you go first since it is your birthday month?
No, thanks, man. Yeah. So we haven't talked about this album before, strangely enough. So I wanted to bring this up. So as a lot of people know, a lot of the people listen to us know, Slayer is one of the favorite bands here on the Retro Blood. We both love Slayer. Slayer's, other than their last album, has probably never made a really truly bad album. Yeah. But this was the 2 days before this movie, December the 3rd, before this movie came out, was the release date for Show No Mercy, which is the very first Slayer album. So we've talked about Rain and Blood a lot, which is a classic, and we've talked about Haunting the Chapel, and we talked about Hell Awaits. So this, did you get a chance to listen to this, or have you listened to it recently? This album?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the chance to listen to it before we record the show, but I have listened to it multiple times, and it is a pretty good, Slayer album. I'd say it's one of their, obviously it's their first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Metallica style. Like their first one is good and raw and stuff for the time, but obviously they get polished as they go. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, this was, they were signed to Metal Blade. Brian Slagle saw them performing in LA, and then he signed them to Metal Blade. But I'm just imagining like what this would have been. I wish I could have heard this in 1983. Like I can't imagine what people were thinking with this, like as fast and as heavy as it is. I also was really surprised listening to it again, because I haven't listened to this album in a long time, about how influenced by Iron Maiden it is. Like there's some songs on it that sound like really fast Iron Maiden. There's like a lot of songs that have like that song Cryonics at the end of it sounds a lot like Maiden, and it has like the dual guitar leads that Iron Maiden uses a lot. But also this album has a lot of classics on it. It has Die by the Sword, it's got Black Magic, and it's got The Antichrist, which was like they were playing that all the way up through the 90s for sure. That used to be the opener. When I saw them on the Clash of the Titans tour in 1991, and that was the opening song. So they were still playing all these songs. But like this is I don't listen to this album much, but I think I'm going to more often because it's a classic. This album is fantastic. I usually go to Rain and Blood or Hell Awaits, or Season of the Abyss is my favorite Slayer album. But this album is fantastic. It's got this cool like devil on the cover with a sword. But yeah, I just wanted to bring it up and talk about Show No Mercy, because we hadn't talked about this album before, and it's definitely a classic in the thrash metal genre. Like this thing was extreme for its time, it'd be another 10 years or so before we would hear like, Mayhem and the black metal bands. Yeah. But this was shocking for its time. Definitely Venom influence, I'm sure too.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. They got the raw thrash to it.
Yeah.
You got the Slayer guy on there, kind of like the with the pentagram in the background.
Yeah. Then you got Tom Araya's like screamy vocals where he does that real high pitch, like thing that he does. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have some really good songs off there too. You know what I mean? I think some of them they even they play very sparingly now, but there's some like they kept on for their set list. Yeah.
They still play Die by the Sword. They still play Black Magic sometimes. Slayer, supposedly has broken up, but they do occasionally get back together when they need money and play shows. But I feel like sorry.
Die by the Sword is probably the one they play the most. Black Magic is another one that's pretty good. I like on that one. So,
and like, and it's also like, it shows me too, like how much, Jeff Hanneman really ran that band, and how like Kerry King is the guy you think of as like the guy that's in Slayer, right? Kerry King is Slayer basically, but I feel like Jeff Hanneman wrote the best songs. Like if you go through their discography, or if I go through their discography, my favorite songs are written by Jeff Hanneman, which is why I feel like the album that they did after he died, it's just not as good. But yeah. Talking about that first album, though, this album is fucking great. Evil Has No Boundaries. Every song on this album is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely say it's definitely a classic on there. And this is also another one too, with influences from the British heavy metal scene at the time as well too.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll play a little bit at the end for good old Slayer.
Yeah, for the podcast listeners. Yeah.
Now it's not the Slayer that we did last week. This is the real Slayer here.
This is the real Slayer.
All right. This ain't played around over here. All right. Speaking of not playing around.
Yeah.
On this day that this movie came out in New York City, where you can see some witch trials going on. If you were around the Calgary, Alberta, Canada. All right.
Which I have been.
And if you're around there on December 2nd of 1983, you would have saw Stampede Wrestling Riot and the Turn.
Ooh.
All right. So here's what it says. All right.
Yeah.
There was an incident that happened. It was during a 6-man main event at the Victoria Palavan. All right. Palladium.
Okay.
Bad News Allen, who's actually going into the WWF Hall of Fame this year.
Hell cool. Yeah.
All right. He turned on his partners, Archie Goldie and his son, Jeff Goldie, brutalizing them. That's what it says.
The Goldies.
The Goldies. He turned on the Goldies, brother. All right. All right. So this is it included it included, apparently this is what it says here. The term was so unexpected and violent. And it basically had this guy named Kerry Brown. All right, it basically caused a fan riot in the arena.
Yeah.
All right. So it says this, and also too, we have an announcer that quit. Longtime Stampede announcer Ed Willem quit on air in disgust, ending a 30-year stint with the promotion, citing the increasing unsafe violence. All right. So this is what the impact happened. All right. The Calgary Boxing and Wrestling Commission banned Stampede from promoting in the city for 6 months because of this event. This is often regarded at the end of the original classic Stampede era. All right. So basically, because of this turn and angle. Okay. So this is not going to make sense to people who watch wrestling now, especially AEW. Yeah. Okay. But back in the day, when you did a turn and you bloodied the person up, like it's a 50-50 chance that people are going to get super pissed off. All right. Because they thought that shit, I don't know if everybody thought wrestling was real in the 80s, even this early in the 80s, but you got enough people that are, it's just a little bit more emotions going on.
For sure. I mean? Yeah.
Wrestling around the 80s and stuff, really until the WWF started picking up and going mainstream, is very like cowboy. You know what I mean? Like It's like bar fights and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if it's one of your favorites and this guy turns on him, beating him up bloody, sometimes the crowd got a little crazy and they think they can go in there and stop it or
Yeah. Because I mean, you've heard Arn Anderson talk about how they were always worried that they were going to get stabbed if they got too close to the fans, and they didn't have barricades back then. But yeah, so people took this seriously. Yeah. In a lot of places, like, in the Southeast and apparently in Calgary as well. Dallas. Some of those places, those fans were like, they took it seriously. Yeah, very serious. So had to be careful. So it's just one of those things, man. Like, it's just it's very interesting. You know what I mean? To see like a riot that can happen, and it's so bad, and the angle was so violent that you even had an announcer been like, "Fuck this! I ain't doing this shit." Wow. You know what I mean? So, and then they got fined by the boxing committee and everything. So, because of the violence.
Because of the violence and the riots and everything. They thought it was an unsafe promotion,
which
that's why they got banned.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, if something like that were to happen today, like the whole show would just be shut down immediately.
Well, kind of. I mean, did you see that one about the supposed stabbing?
Oh, well, no, but I mean, incidents can happen, but I mean, if any fan jumps the barricade now, like, they immediately just get beat down.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, but this one's like, apparently there's a big riot and there's people like fighting each other and all kinds of stuff. So it was pretty crazy for the actual time. So
yeah, I don't know. I would love to go back and experience that kind of thing.
Just to see the craziness.
Just to see how crazy wrestling was in 1983 or before in the 70s. Like that would have been just insane to see the way people reacted to stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, you don't got like Twitter, you don't got Facebook and stuff. So people like they probably met or talked about it, whether at the show. You know what I mean? It's just a little different era, different time.
It was a different time. It was absolutely a different time.
Now they just bitch on Facebook and Twitter about wrestling angles and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they say
they'll stop watching.
And to wrestlers' faces, they say words like heel and face and things like that, which you would never do in 1983. If you even knew those words, you would never say that. A wrestler would never let you say that shit to him.
I know. So, but let's get into it, though. Let's get into who booked this shit.
Yeah, who booked this shit?
Obviously, it's the director's name that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Ulli Lommel. All right. My boy. All right. And like I said, we're going to be talking about him all month. But for this particular story, here's what we got for some of my research. So obviously, unless you're living under a rock, this was inspired by the Salem witch trials.
For sure.
Right? And it said writer Lommel and his wife, actress Susan Love, co-wrote the screenplay for the Devonsville Terror, with George T. Lindsay. The film was shot in Lincoln County, Wisconsin, and was intended for a theatrical release, but instead was released directly to home video in October of 1983 through Embassy Home Entertainment. Okay.
Yeah. So just a fun fact: I used to live in the county next to Lincoln County.
Oh, there you go.
When I lived in Wisconsin, so
nice.
I lived like basically in this area.
Did you know that the trials were there? Did you see?
No, I wish I did. I didn't. Well, I did see a few witches. Yes. Is
that a witchy area, Wisconsin?
No, not really. It's just
when I think of witch stuff.
Yeah.
The only two places that come to mind are like Salem and like New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, there's witches everywhere, man.
Well, yeah, that's true. But what you think about in your head to find the most witches will be those two.
That's the two places you think the most. And in the US, yeah. But yeah.
So it also said the film did receive a theatrical edition for a single weekend in New York City. That's what we talked about.
Hey, congrats.
So I got a little bit of, you got a weekend. We'll give you the weekend, brother. How do you think they got the weekend? They're like, all right, we don't give a shit about it. Oh, you got Donald Pleasence? Yeah, we'll give you the weekend.
Yeah, it's probably like there's so many theaters in New York City. They were probably just like they were probably able to find a theater that couldn't get anything else.
Yeah,
and they're like, okay, we'll just put this in for the weekend.
So let's see some other stuff about it.
Also, I did want to bring up too. Susanna Love was married to Ulli Lommel.
Yeah,
and she's in almost all of his movies. She'll be in all the movies we're talking about this month.
There you go. That makes it easy. Kind of like a Rob Zombie deal.
Kind of, yes.
Oh, there you go.
Except, it's a lot like a Rob Zombie deal, actually. So now think about it,
brother. Uh-huh.
He does.
That's how you do it, man. All right, so it says the historic Brickyard School in Wisconsin. Was it Merrill?
Merrill is the big town, if you will, in Lincoln County. So that's that's like when you're going to town in Lincoln County, that's where you go to Merrill. I live Merrill was probably 20 minutes from where I lived.
Oh, okay. It's also used as a filming location, received a fresh coat of paint to its exterior foundation by the production company. All right. So they actually, because they filmed there and their stuff, they actually built it up a little bit. All right. It says filming also took place at the Studio Ranch, an independent film soundstage constructed for local film production in Glinson. Filming was completed by mid-October of 1982. The film's special effects were created by makeup and effects artist Matthew Mungle. You got any good Matthew Mungle stories?
No. Well, he didn't actually beat anyone, but he was nominated for best makeup because he worked on Bram Stoker's Dracula.
There you
he was nominated for an Academy Award
I thought that guy sounded familiar.
But he did not win, so he did not beat anybody. But he did work on a lot of things, though, like a lot of television shows. But he's probably most known for, I guess, working on Dracula. For the effects on Dracula.
So according to Lommel, he got along very well with Donald Pleasence, saying he was an angel to work with. Which I'm pretty sure everybody's loved Donald. I was thinking, why isn't Donald Pleasence? Is he in the Hall of Fame? Hollywood Hall of? Why isn't he not there?
Oh, I'm sure he's not. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he is. Like you mean like the stars on the Hollywood, whatever. He probably does.
I looked that.
We could look that up real quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Look that up. Because this guy is just fantastic on everything he does. He's a retro blood legend because we talked about him so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's great. What I was thinking while I was watching this, I was thinking a really good role that he could have had, would have been really good at, would have been Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good too.
In Star Wars.
He definitely could have done that role really well. With this soft tone and then high tone. Soft tone and then high tone. All right. But yeah, obviously, he just for being the backbone of Halloween itself, that should already give him a Hollywood Walk of, Hall of Fame.
He does not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Let's see if we can do something about that. There's got to be somebody we can write.
Yeah, somebody, man. how could you not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, what the hell?
He was great in everything. Like he did
everything.
He did those. He did a Fulci movie that we talked about a little while ago, and whatever. All right, that was a fun one.
Yeah,
everything is in.
He played the villain in those James Bond movies for a while. The man was in James Bond movies. He wasn't just in Halloween and Devonsville Terror. He
even went to the land of Venice for Vampire in Venice.
He did.
All right?
He did.
Come on now. What more do you need?
The more I think about it, the more angry I get that he doesn't have a star on the Walk of Fame.
I know, it's crazy to think
of all the people that do.
Yeah.
Man.
So hopefully we can do about that sometime. Let's see what else we got here. So this is a little weird. So apparently footage from this movie was also used in Lommel's Zodiac Killer. The video he did in 2005.
Yeah. So I was going to bring that up. Uh-huh. So he, for a while, he, like in the 2000s, he basically made all these serial killer movies. Like I think he made one about the Night Stalker, and he made one about the Zodiac Killer, and basically, like I haven't really seen any of those movies, but it seemed like a lot of them, what he was just like something he could get hired to do. But the shows we're talking about, the movies we're talking about now is like from his creative zenith. Like we know when he came out of Andy Warhol's factory or whatever, he was a follower of Warhol, and he was making all these like kind of crazy weird horror movies during the 80s, and this is the first one. But yeah, he in the 2000s he did make a lot of these serial killer movies, and apparently he reused footage from this for his Zodiac Killer movie.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean?
No, it's his footage.
Yeah, it's his footage. You can do whatever you want with it. So, but everybody, I say let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's get into the full review of these witches from the Devonsville Terror.
I'd like to propose a toast to our anniversary.
What do you mean?
On November 3rd, it will be exactly 300 years to the day.
That's a pretty grim day to remember.
You're talking about the witches.
Why doesn't anybody want to talk about this curse? It exists.
Dr. Worley, I'm the new school teacher, Jenny Scanlon.
You're the woman everyone is talking about. Do you have a feeling you were sent here for some reason?
Yes. To make a living teaching little devils.
You see, these people here, especially my father, are extremely closed-minded and superstitious. They feel that you, Chris, and Monica are somehow a threat to the community.
I'm just kind of worried.
Why?
Because Daddy says that you might not make it through the winter.
Do you believe in witchcraft?
I don't really know anything about it.
We're very, very different from our great-great-great-grandparents. Why should we be punished for something they did?
All right. So before we start off, Alison has found out how we can get our boy Donald Pleasence on the Walk of Fame. What did you find out?
So it's going to take more than just us to do this, apparently. But it requires a written letter of agreement from the nominee or their management.
Okay.
Which might be tough because Donald Pleasence is dead.
Yeah.
Long time. A biography of Donald Pleasence. Okay. A list of his contributions, which, come on, we shouldn't even have to tell that, but whatever. Exactly. We can list that in a second. A $250 fee.
Oh.
With... well, this is that's the easy part. With an $85,000 sponsorship fee required upon selection. So basically, if they pick him, then we have to pay $85,000 to get his star on the Walk of Fame.
All right. Well, maybe that John Carpenter Halloween money will help us out, brother.
We may have to start a Patreon for this. I don't know.
But hey, you all, if you all out there listening, YouTube, Apple, wherever you get your podcast from, YouTube land wants to help Retro Blood get Donald Pleasence on the Walk of Fame, and you guys want to, help us get the ball rolling, you can email me, retroblood69@gmail.com. We can make it happen. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Surely somebody out there got $85,000.
Yeah. All right. Come on, guys. All right. Speaking of not having $85,000, let's get into this movie. Which didn't even take that much to make this thing.
I was about to say, I don't think this movie even cost $85,000.
How much do you think Donald Pleasence even got from this movie? $50 and a handshake?
$50 and a handshake and a hot dog.
All right. So we kind of start off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's November 7th, 1683 in the little town of Devonsville, Massachusetts.
Yep.
All right. We have three ladies, Jessica Morley, Marley Pratt, and Rebecca Carson. They're all kidnapped by the Pilgrim townsfolk.
Yes.
All right. Did you see that one guy was like, when that girl was getting eaten by the pigs, he was like, hey. Yeah, like
he was really into that.
He was really into that.
He was really into that.
He was ready to go. All right. All right. So basically, they kidnapped him. So they didn't. Okay, they kind of explained like they all did. They only explained what the girl on the wheel did. All right.
Yeah, they said she was dancing naked in the woods or something.
Yeah, dancing naked in the woods. So the first one, Jessica, is killed by hogs.
Yeah.
All right. And the one, Mary, the one that was dancing in the woods, that's the one where apparently she was dancing naked in the woods, and then she had some like relations with this guy or something like that. And
supposedly, yes.
The church didn't like that, so they put her on a burning wheel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy shit, man. And then Rebecca was the last one to die, and she was the one that actually got burnt at the stake, which is like the
classic witch death.
Yeah. Now I'm not like, I know a little bit of Salem. I've been there before and stuff about their history. The only thing I knew is they actually just burned the witches. I don't remember them actually like torturing them different ways, but I could be wrong.
I'm not an expert on this either, but I think most of them were just, executed.
Yeah.
They did have like weird tests apparently.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it was, if I remember correctly, a lot of it was like he said, she said stuff. So if somebody would accuse somebody of a witch and you didn't have anybody to back you up, they would just be like, all right, well, she's a witch, so we're going to kill her. Like,
yeah.
It was kind of like, it's like, what do you call that? I mean, it's basically gaslighting people, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of it too was like, it was hysteria basically. Like I feel like I've read somewhere that there's some suspicion that the witch trial started over land basically.
Yeah.
Like if you could get somebody accused of being a witch and imprisoned or executed, you could take their land, and then that started it, and then like because people started being accused of being witches, then they started accusing other people, and then everybody got into this hysteria and saw witches everywhere, and then it just kind of got out of hand.
So that's basically what's going on over here in Devonsville. So now, after the character Rebecca is executed, she appears in the sky and a thunderstorm begins.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have that. There's basically their essence is going to live on. All right. So now it's 300 years later.
Yes.
It
even tells us that on the screen.
Yes. Yes, it does. All right. It's now like just a regular farming community, far from many of the major cities and stuff. Like, basically kind of how Salem is.
Yeah.
I think Salem is obviously it's grown over the last couple of years. But basically the main thing that this town is known for is killing the witches, the 3 witches. All right. And it's also they kind of call it the Devonsville Inquisition, and like basically they call it the like the curse of the town. All right. So we have a local town doctor, Dr. Warley, aka Donald Pleasence, who just hangs out in his office. Bro, we'll get to it, but there's some of the lines he said on here is cracking me up. All right. So he's investigating the curse, the curse of all the witches put on the Devonsville. Okay. And the reason he's doing this, all right, is because he's been cursed.
Yes.
All right. So during all this, we have a couple characters that come in here. The one that's like pretty much well known is, I believe it's Jenny.
Yeah.
All right. She's from out of town, and she got assigned to be the school teacher here in Devonsville. All right.
And she's Susanna Lowe. She's Ulli Lommel's wife.
Yes. All right. So we'll be seeing a lot of her.
Yes.
And then obviously she's the new lady in town. So a lot of the guys are starting to hit on her. Okay. So one of the guys that hits on her kind of looked like a young Hugh Jackman. Did you see that guy?
I did. I noticed that. Yeah. He looked like Wolverine.
That's very interesting. So he's hitting on her a little bit, saying these taste better, blah, blah, blah. They start doing a little conversation. Okay. And you can tell that. So basically, Jenny, the first encounter, okay, was the first encounter basically was with like a guy from the town who was kind of like an asshole kind of guy, but he was trying to hit on her. And then the second encounter was by the young Hugh Jackman, which is more of a friendlier guy. Okay.
Yeah.
And the friendlier guy, he actually goes to Dr. Warley and gives him a necklace that he thinks was witches' hands.
Interesting.
And I like when Donald Pleasence like, this could be priceless. I was like, nobody wants that shit. All right, don't be. All right, and then this is like one of my favorite parts because it actually got me laughing out loud on the airplane. All right, so he's telling the young Wolverine, he's all like, "Yes, I've been studying this curse from this town for many years, and it's affected me personally because." My great ancestor was, I think his great ancestor was the pilgrim guy that was like getting off to the girl that ate by the dogs.
That's what I think. Is like he was like part of the witch hunters or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like, I can't even say this in a straight face. I don't know how he did this line. He was like, the guy's like, well, what's the curse? He's like, well, my ancestors, they got eaten by worms. The worms were in their bodies. And the guy's like, well, how do you know that's true? And he's like, look at this motherfucker. I got some worms in my body right now.
Yep.
Just the way he said it, though, is like, he was like, well, what happened to them? Did they did they melt or did they get, did they just die randomly, combust?
No,
they got eaten by worms.
They got eaten by worms. Like the way he says it with a straight face is just astounding. Like that's how you can tell a good actor right there.
I know.
Like he can say that with a straight face, and yeah.
Fantastic. So basically, he's cursed and everything. All right. So now we have the 3 girls. All right. So we talked about Jenny already. Okay. Then we have Chris, an environmental scientist, and we have Monica, a radio disc jockey. Those are the 3 new ladies that have moved to town. All right. So after we kind of get to meet them here and there and what their respective jobs of, apparently their presence starts to anger some of the town's bigot people, basically.
Yeah, they all
right.
do things that the townspeople hate.
Yes. The biggest one is probably going to be Walter. Okay, so Walter is like the fat dude who so apparently, okay, so here's Walter's deal. Okay, and his deal is, I guess he has a wife, okay, Sarah. All right. And Sarah cannot produce him a child. So Walter, after I guess years and years being with her, Sarah is now, I guess she's going through some medical problems or something like that. So she's kind of bedridden, and she's screaming. Would actually sound like she was orgasming, which is kind of weird. But she was screaming, weird. And the guy was just sitting there, and then eventually he suffocates her with a pillow.
Yes.
Okay. So then Walter wanted to go to Marley to get the medical records. All right. Because he wants to claim the insurance money. All right. And basically, Warley was basically like, he kind of knows that she died from suffocation, that he had something to deal with, but he got his papers anyway. I do like it when Donald Pleasence was like, take your papers.
He's amazing.
He says everything great. He's like the best character in the show.
He is. He does. He steals every movie that he's in.
Like, he didn't do jack shit. He was already good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now Jenny, after she's arrived in town, she's basically, I guess they're brothers, which I forgot. It was Ralph and Matthew. Those are the guys. So Ralph is like the alpha one. Matthew is the guy who's like the young Hugh Jackman. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. So now we have a guy named Ralph. All right. Hold on a second here. Okay. So in the store, okay, so Walter owns his own convenience store. Okay. And in that store, that's when Matthew was there, Jenny was there, and we had this old guy, we had this old guy. I guess their dad or whatever. And the dad's making fun of the younger guy, for having a gun, doesn't know how to use it. One girl was looking up some ingredients that they didn't have. And then once Jenny starts talking to Walter, Walter is now infatuated by Jenny. Okay.
Yeah. And he's going to order the kind of tea that she wanted.
Yeah. That special herbal tea. He's like, all right. So now we have Ralph Pendleton. He meets Dr. Warley during an annual medical visit who he uses hypnosis on to Matthew to explain Ralph's link to the Inquisition. So Matthew actually has some link to the Pilgrim people that killed everybody. All right.
Well, yeah, most of these people are probably related to each other.
Yeah. So now Ralph states that his ancestor accused Jessica of witchcraft for spurning his sexual advances. Okay.
Boo.
Yes. So that's how they blame it on him. So I think I got it wrong. I think Matthew was the alpha one and Ralph was the nice one. Yeah, that's what it was. So Matthew is the alpha one and Ralph was the Hugh Jackman looking dude. I got that a little backwards. All right, so this is when we get a scene where Jenny is teaching the kids outside in the good old grass. And one of the kids asks, like, is God a male or a female? One of the great questions, I guess, asked over time.
Yeah, always a dangerous question to answer.
Yes. So she brings up that God was only classified as a male, I guess not recently, but, for the last decades or something.
True.
Apparently, God used to be a female. It was during Babylon times. All right. And now that God's represented as a father figure, it was basically introduced through Judaism.
Yes.
All right. And I'm pretty sure that's all real, because
that's true.
That sounds like something Judaism would do. All right. It's a male.
We're going to get canceled.
Probably. Hey, not my fault. It's in the movie. I didn't book it. All right. All right. So now the kids tells the dad, and the guy gets all upset and everything. He's like, I don't want to have my kid listen to that junk. All right.
Yeah.
Then we have Chris. He's investigating the water at the lake. All right. For all the dump comes in. The cause of the town people fear that she will claim that they are destroying the local environment. Okay.
Which they probably are.
Yes. So she's trying to help that out. That's why she was trying to get some of those supplies.
Right.
Monica hosts a radio call-in show where she often gives advice to female callers inquiring about relationship problems, which there was a ton of them on here.
Yeah, heaven forbid we do that.
Yeah, I know.
She's a witch.
So now all the men are like, we don't like them waiting about our house, boy. We're from Georgia.
Yeah.
All right. So this angers. So basically, just starts angering basically all the fat men and that one Matthew dude. They're the ones that get angered. Of course, the priest is mad. All right. The wife of the dad guy though, she didn't really have an opinion about anything.
Right.
All right. So they all kind of believe that Monica is surveying their authority and corrupting local women with progressive ideas.
Oh,
right.
Heaven forbid.
Obviously, also something we didn't talk about. Obviously, when you guys hear a review and stuff, this movie is like what do they call that? I wouldn't say it's like a women's right movie, but it's a women empowerment movie. It's actually one of the first for its times, I think, as well too. So, which is pretty cool. I mean, like, I always see like, I Spit on Your Grave or something like that is like a little bit more of a woman empowerment movie, but this is like that without obviously the rape and shit. So, so basically now Walter is now obsessed with Jenny. He sees her basically naked in his window and he's like, she wants me.
She must.
All right. So then he basically visits her at her house or something. I don't. I thought he was doing a therapy session, but he wasn't. He just visited her, and he was.
I think he just went to her house. Yeah,
yeah. He was telling her about like, I'm a red American male. You know what I mean? My wife couldn't get me a child, but I'm still ready to go. Hey, you look pretty good. And she's like, no, I ain't having none of that.
Nope.
And then now, because she denied him, now Walter thinks she's a witch.
So obviously, because that's what that means, right? If she says no, she's obviously a witch.
They're further on his case, though. He does have a dream that Jenny is in there, and Jenny reveals that he knows that he killed Sarah, and he's going to drown him in a lake like a dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she is a witch, but that's coincidental. He doesn't know that at this point. But he will find out, though.
Yes. So now we have Jenny. This is actually one of my favorite scenes here. And this is another one that made me laugh out loud, even though it's supposed to be serious. All right. So Jenny visits Dr. Warley for insomnia because she hasn't been sleeping that well.
Right.
Because obviously what's going on is the three witches are taking over the three girls and they're doing progressive stuff to curse the town. But they're doing like not bad stuff. It's just the town people are bigotry, bad people. You know what I mean? So now, but she's not been getting sleep because she's been having nightmares about the past and all kinds of stuff. So Warley suspects Jenny is one of the three witches reincarnated. Okay. After they talked for a little bit. So under hypnosis, where she took her shirt off, she had her bra on at least, but she took her shirt off.
I saw that. That was kind of crazy. Like I probably missed my calling because I did not know that therapy involved taking off your shirt.
Yeah. Duh. Where have you been, brother? All right.
I don't know. Under a rock,
have you not watched the Hannibal movies? No. Well, none of that happened in there. But
see, I don't remember that from the Hannibal movies.
Well, I don't know. Apparently, it's only something that Dr. Warley does. He's like, you know what? Well, he did check her blood pressure, but like, I don't know.
You don't take your shirt off for that. Yeah.
All right. So basically, she's having all these flashbacks. You can see when the girl was burning at the stake. We see this little weird, like demon looking thing with the mouth. Look kind of creepy.
I like that.
But my favorite part is this. Warley's like, he's like, all right, what do you see? How do you feel? All right, she's like talking a little bit, and she's like, "My witch died." And then he's like, "Do you feel better now? Do you feel my? And then he's like, get up. You're being burned. Like he's screaming at her shit.
I don't know how we're not supposed to laugh at this. Like when he's like screaming, die, witch, die. It's fantastic.
Because,
I can't believe that
Yeah.
hasn't been used as a sample in a movie or in an album, like a heavy metal album.
Now,
That sounds
he
fantastic.
might not have said those exact words, but that's basically what he's saying.
Yes.
All right.
It's something like it's
Yes.
pretty close to what he's saying.
So
Die,
the reason I
witch,
bring this
die.
up, because we get two sides of Donald Pleasence acting.
Mhm.
We get the calm, gentle old man side, and then we get the crazy Loomis side.
Yeah, we get the I shot him 6 times.
I shot him 6 times. It's all crazy. Dick, wake up! You're getting witched. All right.
I mean, can you imagine like in Star Wars with him as Obi-Wan Kenobi and like when he's talking about when Luke asked him what happened, what asked Obi-Wan what happened to his father, and he's like, I shot him 6 times.
I shot him 6 times. You're fine. Don't talk about him. I trained his ass. He sucked. All right. But yeah, like
anyway.
So basically, she finds out that she's not an actual witch, but she's a messenger from the unknown.
Yes.
All right. Donald Pleasant's like, okay, you can now put your shirt on, but get out.
Get out.
All right. All right. So now all the townspeople, they basically have this meet. Well, not all the townspeople. We got the Matthew, Walter, and the dad and everything. They have like and the priest, they all have a meeting about the witches and stuff. All right. So the first ones were kind of like Walter and Matthew, because they both basically got denied by Jenny.
Yeah.
So they're butthurt and they can't, their man pride can't have them getting denied.
Hell no.
All right. So they basically come up with the idea like, well, they're just witches. And they're like, well, our ancestors had to deal with this back in the day. Maybe we got to put it upon ourselves to deal with this again.
Yeah, because that's what crazy people think.
Yes, because that's what they are.
They're all right, because they're all crazy people.
So now all of them now are convinced that Jenny, Chris, and Monica are the witches reincarnated. All right. And they all kind of agree, all right, that we're going to take this under our own hands. Okay.
I also think it's weird that they all remember these 3 particular witches from 300 years ago.
Well, it's a town legend, brother. Right.
Well, that's true. It is a town legend, and you're right. That's true.
So I'm just surprised that they're. Well, I mean, you can look at this a couple different ways. You can look at like it just so basically, I think the spark, all right, was supposed to be Walter killing his wife.
Yeah,
and that was a unjustified death, and then that's where maybe the spirit of the witches now. They were reincarnated because you had just so happened to have 3 females come to this town at the same moment.
Right.
All right. They're doing like progressive women stuff. Okay. So I think that's the tale, and that's pretty much what happened. So during all that, that's probably where these guys were. Yeah, they know about the curse and everything, but now they're starting to really believe it and like it's a real true thing. All right. So now the first murder we get is they take Chris from her house, all right, and they take her into the woods, they bound her, and then they kill her by the hunting dogs. All right. And this is basically mirroring the death of the Jessica. All right.
Yes.
And
but also, I was sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was going to say this is quite a ways into the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie, if it were like 30 minutes long, would have been fantastic.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there was a couple
or
stuff
an
in the
hour
middle,
or something, maybe.
We talked about most of the important stuff in the middle.
I was about to say, there's not a lot of that's what I'm trying to say. There's not a lot of stuff in the middle of that movie that really matters. Like it just kind of drags until we get to the part where she gets eaten by the dogs. But anyway, that's where we are now.
So then Monica is now taken from her radio show and dragged behind a truck. That was fucking crazy. Mirroring the death of Mary.
Yeah.
And I think they did put her on a wheel too. At least I saw a wheel that was burning. All right. And then they get Jenny now. She's the next one up. She's kidnapped from her home and now she's bound at the stake. All right. That she was seeing visions from earlier. Like I said, it was weird though. Like, cause when it comes to Chris and Monica, we really didn't get a lot of POV stuff from their characters that much in this film. It's very little.
I know. All right. I agree.
So now the whole group that's there, we got, by the way, what happened? If I missed, what happened to Matthew? did they just like take him out, or I didn't see him like show up at all? The help?
Yeah, he just kind of disappears out of the movie altogether.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Unless I missed something. All right. So Ryan now, Walter, the whole gang's there. They're and the priest guy's there too. They're mirroring the death of Mary. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're mirroring the death of Rebecca. All right. And they have all the rituals and stuff. Jenny can see the little demon guy with the little smile. All right.
Yeah.
But apparently it starts to like rain a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And get a little lightning here. And we did see somebody pick up an axe, which I think was Dr. Weiler, but he didn't really do anything with it.
Right.
All right. Because before I guess he could do anything, Jenny now possesses magical witch 80s effects powers.
Yes.
Where she can now melt people from her eyes.
Yeah. Just like at the end of Indiana Jones.
Oh, which
where
one?
they all the Nazis, the first one, where all the Nazis melt.
Interesting.
It was kind of like that.
With the eyes?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, no, from the Ark. You've never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
It's a long time.
Okay, it's a good movie, man. You should watch it again. It's on Disney Plus. But anyway, but at the end of that, all the Nazis melt.
Oh, okay.
And this kind of happens at the end of this movie. So, like, all the people trying to kill the witches melt at the end of this too. Well, it's a cool effect.
So now, yeah, pretty much the coolest effect is when she melted Walter's face.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was cool.
Yeah,
that was a great effect.
So now, after she uses all the powers, she basically released herself from all the bindings that she had with all these witches.
Mm-hmm.
It's the next morning. We have a bus that's leaving Devonsville. Jenny boards it, and then we have a post little saying from Dr. Weiler's journal stating that the curse has been lifted and the Devonsville Terror is over. So no more. He will not be eaten by worms. He's safe.
Apparently, they also removed the worms from his body that have been in there in his family for 300 years.
Now, do you think this is the origin story of one Dr. Loomis? Because he's a doctor in this one.
He is a doctor in this one. But this movie was filmed afterwards, but it still could be.
He's right. It was.
So it's possible, that after he was cured, after he was cured of the worms in his body, he changed his name to Loomis and then took care of Michael Myers. Maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't dislike this. I thought it was pretty good. It's just the middle part of it's really long and drawn out. Oh, there's the cat.
There you go.
Is this kind of long and drawn out? Like, I feel like the movie, if it was like an hour, 45 minutes long, it would have been a much better movie.
Yeah.
Much better story.
Nice. Did the cat like the story at least? Did he like Loomis at least?
He loves Loomis. Donald Pleasence is his favorite actor.
Yeah. That's a good choice.
So I know what you thought it was all right. Yeah. So that's what I thought too. I thought it was all right. It's not something I would go back to a lot.
No.
But I thought the movie was decent for, what it was.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty, that makes sense. It's decent for what it was. And of course, Donald Pleasence in almost anything is great, which is great to see. So, but Alison, your birthday month's going to keep rolling on. What do we got going on the next week on the Retro?
Next week, we're going to jump back a year, I believe, to 1982.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to watch a movie called Brainwaves, which is on YouTube.
Brainwaves. YouTube's everybody. Hell yeah. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. If I tell you what it's about, you won't believe me. So you just have to go in cold and watch it.
We'll see who pops up in this one. So it should be a good old time. So, but Alison, to get us on out of here, what Slayer song should we play that will fit the town, the Devonsville Terror?
Oh, there's only one song from Show No Mercy that we could play for this movie, and I say we should play Black Magic.
Black Magic is definitely the best one to pick for this movie, brother, because there were definitely a lot of black magic going on with the witches being killed, coming back for revenge, and melting some motherfuckers' heads off.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
That's what you get.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
But everybody,
melt your face.
Melt your face off, brother.
Now Slayer's going to melt your face.
I know, exactly. A little bit of both.
Yeah.
But everybody, J.H. Alison, James Kline, thanks for joining us here on the Retro Blood. We'll see you next week on the Retro Blood.
See you guys.